I have a question about synthweave skin, which is one of your advanced armors.
Yes. What about
I'm just making, honestly, I'm just making sure that the bold part in the notes is accurate, that it'll fit underneath other clothing, and so could
Let me
wear
double
that
check.
to business meetings, if you will.
Yeah, that's the idea behind that one, if I remember correctly. Let me double check.
Cool.
Synthetic skin is truly beneficial because of its advanced design. It provides superior protection without limiting its mobility. It can be worn under any armor, even battle suits, to provide extra. Yeah, that's the idea of that one. Yeah.
So would
Really,
it?
yeah, it's supposed to be like advanced wear. Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't stack with other armor. Just can be
It's
worn
not
under
bulky,
stuff, or
so
does
it'll
it?
stack with other armor.
Oh, cool.
But just remember when you're stacking armor, like the second armor only gets like half its armor bonus.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
still, I mean, having a non-zero armor when I want to walk around town and not be in full technical gear would be
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
that's a good idea. So that will
Um,
be but to get that, that's going to be uh, a wealth roll of -1.
Modifier -1. Wealth.
You're good. Okay, you did not get a raise though. Oh, you did. You just got a
Yeah,
raise actually. Yeah, just got it. So your wealth is still D12. All right.
cool. Um, I would also
But just
want.
note
Come on.
its weight. It's not very. It's not
Right.
super light. So
No, it's not. It's, I think,
yeah,
heavier
I
than the
intentionally made
actual
it.
armor.
Yeah, I intentionally made it. Yeah, a little heavier. So yeah, because I didn't
Um,
want it any like I'm trying not to make the armor too OP, right? So the idea is
oh no,
it's yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Um, the other thing I want to try and find is a small sensor suite. I think I
yeah,
tried to find one of those at the on the
yeah,
other
sure,
planet.
sure. Go ahead.
Because that may be one of the first
Those are
dealios that I
super
try to.
helpful, and
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could tell you from this knowing this mission, that will probably come in handy. Yeah.
Is that a -1 or just a straight wealth
This
roll?
is right at no penalty. So.
Okay,
Woo. Okay, so your wealth goes down
so
to
that
D10.
goes down to a 10, but I have a small sensor suite. Cool.
Mine, I should have paid for that ship before you did all this.
Oh, well, you're
Hey,
right.
you can do
I meant to
support
do that.
roles. You can do support roles with the ship payment. You can get players to help you. So that's
And
the whole.
so,
I expect you guys to do that actually
yeah,
because it's y'all's ship. So I mean, if you guys are well, it's up to y'all how y'all do the money. I left it up to y'all. So
yeah, and that's something none of us ever talked to
It's
each other
it's up to
about.
y'all. I mean,
Um,
narratively, y'all can decide it's however you want. You can decide you're paying the paychecks. Well, actually, Aston said he's like, I'll get my cut. But, like, whatever y'all want, I don't care. I'm just saying, this is how the wealth system works and this is how payments work. But if you don't want to put all the burden on one person and if you don't want to, like, constantly fail rolls since it's so expensive, you probably want to help each other with support rolls.
yeah.
But if you do fail, all of you suffer the negative effects.
Right.
So I would ask, at least in this instance, that everybody. Well, hang on. Is a wealth roll a trait roll?
It is.
Because I have an adventure card that will give us bonus to trait rolls.
I mean, I think it is. Let me double check. But I think it.
Um,
Let me see if it is a trait roll.
It's
Under
a
the traits tab, that's all I got.
skill.
Yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
if the skills are trait rolls or not.
No, skills are trait rolls.
Okay,
But let me
cool.
see if
If wealth counts.
wealth is specifically called a trait roll. It doesn't say. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
a skill, so I'm gonna say no. I mean, because
Yeah.
it's not a skill; it's its own thing, and the only thing that are traits are skills and attributes. So I'm gonna say no on that one. But
Okay.
anything that you have that makes you get like an ace, or gets a bonus to any roll, or automatically get a joker, all those things would apply. But I'm gonna say no because it doesn't say. Like, it should say in the book, if it is, it would say a wealth trait roll. But
Cool.
it never refers to it that way. So,
Well, Arthur will support you in this.
Cool. Oh,
So I guess
trait,
I'll go
trait,
ahead.
trait. So,
okay, so this is basically you talking to the other players about, talking to the other characters after you leave the office of Anthony Wright and telling them that you've gotten the contract for the new ship in your name, and you need to make first payment before y'all leave the system.
yep.
Pretty much. Okay. All right.
And so,
What about Spencer? You gonna chip in?
them supporting, that's just a +1 per player to the wealth roll, or I forgot what you said that did.
I believe it's a. Well, let's check this. Let's check the support rolls.
Okay.
Rules. All right. So success grants the ally +1. Total this round. A raise grants +2. So if they
so
get
they
a
have to
raise, they give you a +2.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep. All right. I'm going to go ahead and roll. Oh.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you get. Wow. Okay. So you're getting a +3 to this
Three.
wealth roll.
3.
Now your wealth roll is at a -4. So it's now -1.
So it's a minus.
Yeah, so now it's a -1.
Whoa. -1, not
well,
minus
like
30.
I said, it's like $25,000 payment.
No. I was typing. I'd already put the 3 in Fantasy Grounds, and then it put a 1, but it never mind.
Oh, okay.
So it ended up trying to do a -31. I'm like, nope, that's not it. -1. Rock and roll.
You made it with a raise, which means that your wealth die didn't even go down,
Cool. And neither does theirs, right?
and nobody else's wealth went down. Look
Yay!
at Matt sitting high as a hog with his D12.
Now it's a D10.
Oh, it's a D10. Okay, you have gone down. Okay.
Yeah. Well, because I helped Aston last session, and I think he failed or didn't have a raise, and so I shared in his drop.
Oh, okay.
I think that's how it works.
All right, I put down Arthur's sister in the non-player characters, so I don't forget her name, Adira. I also need to put Red Kipling because I'll forget that name if I don't. And so, what do we do about Aston?
Yeah.
I say we just time jump ahead to everybody flying on the ship, and we just assume it gets resolved. And we'll say that we'll give him the chance begin the next session to resolve it. That makes sense?
Yeah. A flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Does that sound like a good way to do it?
Yeah, that's fine.
I like it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do before we head it out, and I can't think of anything. So cool.
All right. I mean, I can't conceivably leave here on this planet when y'all are going 3 systems away. So,
Oh, yeah.
It might be like 40 days till y'all come back.
No, and we're going on a shopping spree and, not sleeping or not being cooped up in the ship for another at least one night sort
Right.
of thing before we head out
Right.
would be nice. So
Boffrin said, "Does it get a wild die? Trait roll uses a wild die." I mean, yeah, Boffrin does say the wealth does. He did say in the comments while we were talking about it. I missed it. About basically a trait roll is anything that gets a wild die. I mean, maybe he's right in that. Maybe it does get.
in this case, wouldn't have made a difference because
Yeah, you got
I
the
mean,
raise anyways.
exactly.
Yeah,
Fate was on our side.
yeah. Yeah, I'll have to. I will. All right, 10-4. We'll move on. All right,
Yeah.
so
I think that's a rare case where an adventure card.
yeah, those venture cards are like to throw a hamper in things because they're just phrased in simple terms. So and things like edge cases like the adventure toolkit are like ways to throw a wrinkle in them. So but thank you, Boffrin. All right, so you guys are loading up in the ship. You got it fully loaded, and I got it up to 30 days on the ship payment. You got all the fuel you hopefully need. So one of you might want to get in the ship and see if you can plot the course to the Magani system. So who wants to do that for us?
What would that require?
Yeah, is that a piloting role or some
That
kind of
would
knowledge
be that would be well, you're using the ship's database of the star systems. But someone could use someone could, I would say, support with electronics or something like that, or piloting. But I think given the difficulty of this circumstance, like how specific it is, and that you're not just doing one system to one system, I'm gonna say that this would be a science role because this is just like finding one beacon off in the middle of nowhere and just, you know what I mean, like trapping Pacific Days. You're not like just looking into the database and seeing like, oh, this is this planet, this is the commonly followed path, you know. So you may actually have to do math and all that kind of stuff. So with astronomy.
Are we traveling via jump cannon?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it takes you years to do it if you weren't doing my jump cannon. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I assumed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess Arthur will do the main calculations if anybody else wants to support.
I will definitely assist.
Yeah, it's going to be a -2 if you don't get any assistance.
I will assist with piloting. Let's see, piloting, trying to assist.
So the two of you are sitting over the telemetry, the table, astrogation table in the telemetry center, figuring out what to do.
I'm going to Benny that. I'm better at piloting than this. Come on. Swoosh. Bigger than that'll work. That's way the hell better.
That's good.
In my mind, we're already driving there.
Okay, so you get a +2. It doesn't stack raises, so
Right.
you get a +2. So you just do an even science roll.
Okay.
Hey, all right. So you get a raise. Okay. All right. So I will actually knock a day off the calculations because you think you've found a good route and you could do it in quicker time. All right. So let me look at my tables for subspace travel.
Before you get into that, Shane, I think Arthur and I would have had time to look through all of the info that Anthony gave us and just see if there's anything that stands out as fishy already, or even just a like news check on, oh yeah, what's the current situation in the system name that we're headed to, that sort of a thing. Like if there's anything
okay.
newsworthy or in either of
Interesting.
those
Okay,
things.
so what's happening in the Megani system? Okay. All right. Okay, so let me do this math, and then I'll get back to you on that
Cool.
one. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So first off, the easy part is the two dwarf systems. That's the easy part. Okay, so we got 10, 19, 27, 32, 35 hours just to travel between both those systems. Okay. All right. They're smaller systems because they're dwarf systems. All right. Talking a matter of hours rather than days. All right. There's specifically one is a brown dwarf, the other is a red dwarf. Okay. Now you're in the ILR, so you need to get to the ILR system. So it is 2d6. All right, so 9. It's the fourth planet from its star. So 9 minus 4, 5 days. And unfortunately, the Megani system is a rather large system, so it's 3d6. And you believe you're going to find it at its optimal orbit. Optimal orbit when you get, like optimal when you get there. So that's as very much as optimal as it gets. So your total travel time will be 5 days plus 5 days, 10 days. Wow, just 10 days and 35 hours. So what is that, 11 days?
11 and a half.
Yeah, 11 and a half days. Wow. You guys got really lucky with those rolls. Okay. All right. Okay, so 11 and a half days.
Woo!
Right. Yeah, for real. All right. And I forgot to take off one day. 10 and a half because of Arthur's amazing astrogation. So, hurrah. Okay. Nice. Okay. So you guys head out to the far side of the ILR system, the opposite side that you came through. All right.
Okay.
This is past ILR. You had to come through past ILR 1 and 2. You had to skirt past the you had to skirt past the hot part of the sun. You know, you had to find the safe spot of traveling, the safe spot of traveling. Trying to get too close to the chronosphere because you don't want to damage your ship. You know, and then skirt around it to go towards the jump cannon placed on the far distant side of the system. And then you had to pass the gas giants of ILR 1 and ILR 3. And eventually you made your way back out to the far end of the system where you got to the jump cannon that gets you to the next system over. And so we'll just kind of jump ahead, and you guys eventually make it to your destination. We'll do a little bit of. Actually, let's do an interlude if you guys are interested in doing it. Someone want to volunteer for an interlude? Huh? You don't have to, obviously. No one wants to do one, and we won't force one on you. We don't have to do the cards. You can instead choose one if you don't feel comfortable telling a story, like Cliff did the other day. There's other options that are maybe feel less forceful on you, if that's something you prefer. So the way interludes work, there's a couple of options. You can describe your downtime. Uh, you can describe like a backstory of your character, maybe like a conversation that comes up with with another player. This came up with this what we did with Cliff, and then we could also do like an interlude where we describe like a story or obstacle or challenge the party encountered on their trip during the interlude. And this could be you guys regaling us with an obstacle or thing y'all encountered in the past, or it could be us literally describing one that you guys encounter now, if you want to. Either way. So, does anyone want to do an interlude?
I can try it out.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to? So you can pick one of those. Actually, you pick one. Downtime, backstory, or trek.
Downtime, backstory, or trek. Oh.
You want me to link
trek.
it in chat? I'll link it to you.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, the story of an obstacle or challenge the party encountered on their trip. Well, so I already have. Let's see. What is an obstacle? I think the thing we're talking about this trip, right? So
it doesn't have to necessarily be this trip. It can be like you guys talking about maybe y'all like a minor obstacle maybe y'all encountered.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It could be on this trip, or it could be like something y'all had happen a while back. Do you want to deal cards, or do you want to just come up with one off the top of your head?
I think I've got one.
Okay, great.
A shortish one. Arthur, it involves you, but it's in a good way. So,
but why don't we say that maybe it comes up like in a scene, maybe.
Okay.
Like.
So, I think it comes up in a like as Arthur and I are doing our plotting for the path and whatnot.
Right.
And I'm talking piloting, and he's astrogating or whatever you.
So you're already in space, and you're on the way there, and maybe you're making adjustments, for example. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I am saying, oh yeah, I remember the first time, Arthur, that you told me about the gravity well slingshot thing you did, because that's how I'm in this instance. I'm assuming that's how he shaved off a day ish from our travel time. And so we started actually going in the opposite direction, leaving Ilar to swing around a moon or something like that to get up some more speed to go in the opposite direction. And the first time I'm telling Spencer this story. The first time he came up with that, it's because Captain Davidson and I, well, we were irresponsible in some pre-planning meetings the night before, and we're not thinking terribly clearly, and we ended up starting out literally the opposite direction from where we needed to be, and we had some perishables on board, but Arthur eventually figured out we were going in the wrong direction and figured out how to use a couple of asteroids laying around and get us there just in the nick of time, kind of thing. And it was some sweet CYA to make everything run smoothly. And Spencer, that's why teamwork makes the dream work.
I'll chime in actually here at this point because I love the idea that so this game is Newtonian physics, right? So maybe like at some point in your journey you had to turn and burn, and you forgot you turned.
Dude,
and then you just if you ever woke up and you just hit the throttle.
Yep. If you've ever played Kerbal Space Program, that crap takes a little bit to get used to and not crash into things too quick. It's annoying.
So teamwork makes the dream work, is what Levi said.
Exactly.
So I'm just like sitting here listening to this like after school special about teamwork, and just like, so you screwed up and almost died because you
No, nobody
saw.
died. Nobody almost died.
Oh,
God,
hold
you
on.
listen to anything I say, Spencer.
What was the perishable cargo, though? That's what I wonder.
Some medicine that we didn't have enough refrigerant for. We only had a certain amount of refrigerant.
Very cool. Very cool.
And-
Something really important.
Yeah.
Right. And you would have killed other people. So
They just would have. Maybe. I don't remember. That's Arthur's department. I think they were just going to be sick longer.
Oh,
So the real moral is don't drink and drive. Fly.
okay.
Any
Just
of the
kind of like
above.
leaning over to Arthur. I'm like, why is he in charge again?
Well, he doesn't have a drinking buddy anymore, so I think we'll do better this time around.
That's pretty good. I like that. I'm gonna give you both of you a Benny on that one. All right, I love that story. That was cool. All right. All right. So we actually but I'm actually going to real quickly I apologize. I've been so under the weather lately. So real quickly, I only need to do jump sickness for the last jump once you guys are in the final Megani system. So I need you guys to each make vigor rolls for me.
Ooh.
It was a rough trip.
Actually, I just realized because you're jumping so quickly, because those jumps are so close to each other, if you fail them, you're going to still be... Does that make sense? You're going to still be sick from each of them? Unless you guys use healing rolls on each other from the med bay. You're going to still be sick from it. So I'm going to actually say these are actually for all of them, actually, because you could go from fatigue to exhausted. So,
yeah. I got to go deal with a baby issue. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. So Levi didn't do so hot, and Spencer Witt didn't do so hot. Okay.
Well, I can Benny mine and see if I get any better, but
if I was you, I wouldn't.
Not.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we have basically a back to tank here, right?
You can always like hook yourself up basically to an IV drip, basically. Yeah, on the back tank. Sure. I just I want to see how it goes, and yeah. So you come out fine. Spencer Witt, however, not so much. God damn, him with the. Okay, so now I need to see. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I need all of you to make vigor rolls again for the second jump, all within the same day. All right. Sorry, within that's within 30-something hours of each other.
My age is catching up with me.
It would have actually passed. It would have passed for everybody but Shaun. Shaun got exhausted. Okay, so you guys are fatigued pretty bad from that one. And then the final system. So anyone who gets fatigued from this one will still be fatigued when they go into the next system. So unless you guys want to take a day off your jump. So you can always rest and recuperate once you're in the same star system, Megani system. So
that's what I was figuring, because that was going to be another You'd said
4 days?
that was going to be several days.
4 days.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Arthur takes a level of fatigue from jump sickness, and so does Levi.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So mark a level of fatigue.
Yep.
All right. And Spencer may actually be sitting in the infirmary.
Again.
All right. So, and I think
Do
is
it.
that all of them,
You want to?
or is that?
You wanted 3 rolls total.
Yes,
right?
I needed 3 of them. Yes,
Okay. Okay. I got to do the third one.
because they're just all so close, like packed in together.
Oh,
Jeez.
so
Yeah.
close.
Jeez.
I need one more.
Another fatigue.
Ooh. Okay, by the way, guys, you can buy special meds and have them like be sit in your seat, like sit in the cockpit and have them
Yeah.
directly injected into your directly injected in the back of your, like, what do you call it? And sit still
Fine.
and harness in,
Brain.
and it won't affect you. But they're not so
They're not cheap.
so all right. So Arthur's good. So you guys are a little fatigued getting into the Magani system. When Shaun gets back, we'll see how he feels. He's like puking his guts out. So all right. Now we're in the Magani system, and you guys are tracking it back in. I think every one of you guys, 5 days in, when you get to the last known location, your fatigue will have gone away, so you can mark it off. But Shaun, I'll have to check back with him. He'll maybe so fatigued we may have to talk about it. Maybe incapacitated. I shit you not. All right, so now you're at the last known transmission location. The ship is not there. Now, at this point, I want to ask you guys what you think, because I'm hoping you guys are learning a little bit about the setting and kind of the nature of our sci-fi. What do you think you do at this point?
First, I still want the answer to my previous. What was the news here? Was there any relevant news?
Oh, my bad. Okay.
No, you're
Got
good.
that one.
I'd
Yeah.
forgotten about it until you asked.
Okay, so Magani's system is a colony system. It's not really a big system. It's pretty much gas giants and asteroids. There are no terraformed planets. There are no anything like that. It's pretty much people use it for its natural resources, and that's it. No one's out there trying to turn it into the next Earth or anything like that. So it's mostly workers and people out there with a mission to make money for some big corporation or big nationality. Does that make sense?
Yep.
This is a. We'll say this is. I'm looking at. We'll say this is a Rescovian colony. Excuse me. This is one of the far-reaching Rescovian colonies. So Shaun, you became exhausted when you hit that one critical failure. Mm-hmm. And I need you to make 2 more vigor rolls. But first, check mark that you're exhausted.
Is that under fatigue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just mark that twice. If you want to, you can go climb in the med bay, though. Just climb in the med bay.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay. All right, but you still have to make the rolls, though. You're just already
just
where
gonna
you need to
puke.
be when this goes bad.
Okay. Aha.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's one.
Medical.
Good. So he's like horribly sick and ill after the first jump. And so he's like, I'm going to go lie down in the med bay.
Is that
And no, you got to make one more.
okay? Do I get to take off one level of exhaustion or whatever, fatigue?
I think you get one taken off.
Okay,
Because 1 day has passed.
Okay, and then here's my second bigger roll.
And then you get one back. You're back exhausted again. Okay, so you go into the Magani system exhausted, laying up in the med bay, just like, bleh, sick and weak. But you'll have enough days to rest. It's just really cool for narrative that you're just basically in med bay sick for like basically 2 days straight from jump sickness. But Levi, you're so this is a Rescovian
or something. Yeah.
What, Spencer? What, John?
No, I've got like the space shits or something.
Well, it just mainly is
Every
like
time.
really intense vertigo, right? Like really intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't like it's hard to even stand up.
Right. Yeah. But anyways, so Levi, you figure out it's Rescovian nationality colony mostly, but there is corporate presence. But as far as like big news, I mean there are wolves here in quite a bit of numbers because they target like miners and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And given that your ship that you're looking for is obviously taking a kind of an off the beaten path route, it's something to be alert and wary for.
Likely.
But other than that, I mean, there's not anything big really on the news going on. Actually, sure, I'll say there was a recent cargo hauler that got a massive cargo hauler that got taken by wolves, like much larger than you'd expect. So there is a big wolf group going around that has apparently the capability of taking down like cargo haulers of that size.
Okay.
All right.
So, Arthur, that's one possibility.
All right. So you're at the last known transmission location, and nothing special about this going on here at first glance. Once again, my question to you guys that I had before, knowing the system a little bit more now, the setting, system, our sci-fi, what do you think you're supposed to do now?
Well, we should definitely scan for the drive signature.
Okay. All right. So that would be a I would say someone could use. I would say that would be electronics, I guess, because all you got to do is use the computer systems to match to match the drive signature to the one you already have on file. So the computer will do all the rest. You know, it'll do all the scanning and everything. So you just got to use the computers. But now you could maybe like support someone with science. So if someone wants to do the main electronics work and someone else could support science, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll support someone with science.
Do you have electronics?
I have a D4 in electronics. But you know what? This is an important thing.
How's Spencer feeling? Because I think he's pretty good with electronics. Are you feeling up to it yet, Spencer?
No, I have 2 levels of exhaustion. I'm not helping you at all.
Well, this has been 5 days, Spencer, so you're probably okay by this point. So you've crawled
we had to travel
out.
A ways and...
You crawled out 3 days ago out of the med bay. So you've spent 4 total days in the med bay, but you're out now.
Why I bother even trying to make a living in space?
This is why you have to know how to mop so well.
Did you just cleaning up shit? and vomit.
Mostly
Oh,
your
did
own.
we stop
however.
anywhere on the way here to buy fuel again? Because that's going to leave y'all at 2 fuel.
We definitely needed to,
Or
yes.
do y'all want to stop somewhere in
Mhm.
this system?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wherever is convenient along the way.
Okay.
And
Um,
safe.
safe.
Okay.
That's a
So
good
you
word
want to
for it.
stop a station like near one of the asteroid belts or something that's usually used for like miners or something, where they refuel.
Sure.
Yeah, and somebody who can talk to people might do a thing about trying to find out information.
We don't play
Might even be
characters
called-
who are not here.
I know, but and it do
Nice
your
try.
job. I know. Actually, yeah. Yes, let's do that.
All right. So refueling then I will say is a -2.
I'll support. Can we support on this?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Here's my support roll.
That's +1.
That makes it -1. There, that works. And swoosh.
Okay.
Oh.
You did not get a raise, so both of you go down by 1 die. 12th die. All right, but you did refuel the ship.
And so while we're gassing up, how do I want to do this? I want to go in the truck stop or whatever and try and ask about. I want to ask about wolves and be like, I heard about the giant cargo hauler. Is that something else? Is that something like smaller ships like us need to worry about? Kind of a thing. We're not sticking. We're not. The plan right now is not to stick anywhere on the main through lanes.
One of them
They all
looks
know.
at you with his cybernetic replacement eye, and he says, "What kind of ship you driving?"
The Griffin Explorer out there.
That ship ain't got no cargo hold worth a damn. No wolves are gonna stop for you in this space. You ain't a miner or a transport. You ain't gotta worry here. Unless you're
Y'all heard
decked to the gills in weapons.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, they sometimes go after people decked to the gills in weapons if they're looking to get new armaments.
Makes
But
sense. Have y'all had any so it's mostly the miners and does anybody know anything about them? Like where they are hitting more, or is it just sort of all over the place?
there are all sorts of different warlords, all different connections, all different groups. They're not really loyal to each other. There's not any one government or faction. If you're talking about the ones though that hit that one big in the news though,
Yeah.
they're all under one flag though. The word is they have a couple of capital ships. I don't know. I think that's a bit ridiculous for a wolves to have a whole of capital ship. I think that's a bit.
That sounds more like an undercover
I think that sounds ridiculous to
government
be
thing.
honest.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. I think that's just people blown out of proportion. But
Well, you got to have your news titles.
most likely they're just heavy cruisers or something.
Okay. Thank you. Jeremy can't think of anything else to ask about that.
All right. Okay. So we can go back to where you guys were at the Magani system. So you guys were about to roll for
the drive signature.
yes.
So I have a mechanics question with that. So we're specifically looking for the one drive signature. Is this sort of a scan where if we do well enough, we might get other local
Sure.
drive signatures?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then
Raises and stuff.
yeah, I would like Jeremy to figure out something inspirational to say so that I will use this inspiration card so that this roll can go well for everybody. Because it's +2 to trait rolls for the rest of the round. So
Oh. Okay. All right. So you're hoping to like give the support rolls +2 to inspiration, and then give the main roll, and then gotcha.
yeah,
What is
hopefully it snowballs.
Levi saying to inspire everyone?
Levi says, "Okay, Spencer, you're feeling better. Nobody was drinking last night. We got clear heads. Let's just get some readings, talk things out loud so that everybody's listening, and anybody that sees something can contribute. That's kind of a thing. We're all working together here to try and track this ship down."
Teamwork makes the dream work again. Got it.
Exactly. See,
Does someone actually say
Arthur's
that?
got it.
That would be hilarious if someone actually said that.
Yeah, Arthur will say
Maybe
that.
like Spencer told him the story. The teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, you were there, weren't you? Yeah. Okay. What does Levi say when they spout his teamwork makes the dream work line back at him?
I'd
It's
say,
obviously
Arthur
mockingly.
understands. I know, but I'm just smiling. I'm just grinning, and Arthur understands.
Gotcha.
He's got my back.
Gotcha.
We've all got each other's back. You're doing a good job.
Can Arthur use the science lab for his science roll, or just a flat science roll?
Yeah, he can use it.
No,
Okay,
you
okay.
cannot
He gets
use your
science
new
roll from the
toy.
ship. So he gets a
What was
+4 to
that?
this. Yeah, he can use it. Yeah. So he gets +4 to this. Jeez.
Wait, it gets a.
Okay, so he gets a
well,
6.
I'm gonna
Woo,
Benny
you
that.
rolled bad. All right, you got enough bennies. Might as well. You get a +4 to this. Man, my ears are hurting. I'm not used to these earbuds.
Oh, well, I guess that was a success anyway. I already dropped the penny. So yeah.
Oh, I thought you were re-rolling because you want to get a raise.
I mean, I might as well.
Yeah, like that.
That's good.
Good golly.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, weren't you supporting? Because you can only give someone a +2.
Okay.
All right, but hey, you looked awful smart. You started
helped.
like shouting some really badass techno babble or some science babble. All right, so I hate to do that to you, but I did declare that electronics was the main role before you rolled. So, all right, so who is doing the electronics role?
Spencer has more than a D4, right?
I have a D4.
Oh.
I thought you were good at electronics.
Apparently, Arthur does everything. Apparently,
I have the skill.
I have the skill.
Well,
I mean, I can Jesus. My science roll. I can roll it.
go for it, man. You got a
But
plus.
someone has to besides Arthur
Yeah.
now because he rolled the support roll.
I can roll it.
And
He's starting to
between
really
Arthur and
roll
die,
the electronics with that roll. Okay, so you got a +2 which got a success. So thankfully, Arthur actually supported you. If he hadn't supported you, that would have been... Okay, so Arthur, you actually... It was a good thing you actually were here. Okay. Doing that amazing supporting. Okay, so...
Does Levi's inspiration not count towards
and your
Spencer's
Levi's
roll?
inspiration. Well,
Yeah, but
that doesn't go up
still
to a
just
raise.
success.
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah, it makes it a
inspired.
7. One shy of a raise. Okay.
Okay.
Unless he bennies it.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I wasn't inspired.
You got a D4. That's
I tried.
He's not inspired. No,
He's-
that's a good point.
I have angst.
Teenagers.
You're too young. Too young to be this bitter.
You get negatives to inspiring teenagers.
He's got a point there. All right. Okay. So what happens is, all right. So you're. This is what's. I love the idea that maybe Spencer is maybe frustrated with like his terrible attempt to inspire him, and he's just like hitting the keyboard on the electronics, and he's just like making adjustment to the electronics control panel, and he just like keeps like not paying attention to the screen, and Arthur is like looking over his shoulder and like has to like say, Spencer, you missed it. Like, Spencer, pay attention, and like he corrects him and actually figures out the what do you call it? He figures out the he finds the drive signature, looking over Spencer's shoulder. So you guys see the drive signature for the ship, and you pick it up. It's about a kilometer away from your current location, and so you guys you believe you can track it, and so you guys can set off in the course after it. So is that what you do?
Is there a way to? Is there cloaking technology in this universe? Is there a way to scan for such things?
Like,
I would like to see.
What do you mean by
ships are
cloaking?
about. I just want to see what kind. I want to say sensors on. Pay attention. I don't want to be ambushed by wolves.
You mean
Pay
like
attention, that
Klingon
kind of thing.
cloaking?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
No.
that kind of a thing. Like, is there? Obviously, you can hide behind an asteroid or something, and physically you can't see them. But
Well, I won't say no yet because I haven't really considered that. But I'll say there definitely is the ability to cloak your ship to radar.
yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
we've got that
Sensors.
now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
that sort of thing
Right.
makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we scan for
We sort
a
of have
distress
that now
signal?
for stealth bombers. So
Yeah, exactly. It's just
So-
different.
it's not
Yeah.
perfect. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, can we scan for a distress beacon, distress signal?
Sure. You can. If you just without making a roll, you definitely don't pick up one. You can extend the range with an electronics roll.
Would that wouldn't give away our position to anyone?
I mean, you're extending your communication range, which means you're sending
Okay.
out. It's like a submarine basically. You're bouncing a signal out further.
Pinging.
You're pinging basically. So I mean, it sort of does make you, but I mean, it's up to you if it's worth the risk.
Levi, Captain Levi, should we extend our range? Okay.
I think so.
Look at that.
Just a little.
Yes, you do pick up a very faint distress beacon in the distance. It is not.
Okay.
It is not the. It is not the transport that you're looking for.
Okay.
I probably should name the ship, but it is coming from the same direction that you are heading.
Ah, so I passed that information on. Seems like it may have been wolves if there are multiple distressed ships in the same vicinity.
Okay.
Um, well, I mean, we got to check it out. So let's just keep scanning the sensors, pay attention, kind of a thing, and head that way. Anybody got a better idea?
No.
All right. All right. So you're.
Is there a way to? I mean, we just talked about cloaking, but do we already have some sort of like masking our own signature?
I mean, you could basically like. I mean, your ship doesn't have technology to do that kind of stuff. I mean, usually that's like military grade stuff, but you can like make your ship less noticeable by like turning off like a lot of your functions on your ship. Basically, make your ship go dark.
Okay.
Essentially,
Okay.
makes it less noticeable. Yeah, you can do that if you want to, but then that makes it harder for you to find people. So
Right.
yeah, onward.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right, so you guys are about 20 kilometers out, and you get a better picture of what you're seeing up ahead of you. Uh, you're seeing a scattering of debris that covers about a 3 kilometer area. Two ships that have been severely damaged, very close to each other. And it looks like both of them have major hull breaches. And I'm assuming one of you is looking at the scanners, reading this. And one of them matches the transport that you're looking for. And the other looks to be some sort of larger vessel, probably a light cruiser. And they're very close to each other. Very close to each other. And they're almost parallel, or at least they seem to have been at one point. But space drift is kind of moving them apart, or moving them around, we'll say. But both ships are suffering major hull breaches. One is actually splintered in two. I mean, like visually, you can't make much more than that until you get closer. But if you zoom in through one of the cameras, I mean, you can get pretty good image. Like as your cameras go zzz, and you can see the ship off in the distance. But I mean, all you're seeing is black on black, obviously. But you see just debris floating everywhere, wreckage, two ships and mangled, just adrift between each other. But it's obvious that it's in a decaying orbit to the nearby gas giant.
Can we scan for life signs?
That's not something in this game. Yeah, you can send a drone out, and like the drone can like look around and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not something really in this game. Yeah. Basically, the drones have like can be equipped with like long range, the equivalent of like heartbeat sensors and thermal sensors. But yeah.
What about obvious holes in the other spaceships?
Oh yeah, it looks like one of them is literally split in two. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I think sending a drone might be our best bet.
And remember, you're 10 kilometers away at this point, so you're pretty far away.
But neither of these look like the ship we want to find?
No, one of them is definitely the ship.
One of them does. I'm sorry.
One of them is definitely the ship that you're looking for.
Okay. How long before they crash into the gas giant?
That would require a science roll.
Arthur,
Rolling
how long
science.
do you
Minus
think this
2.
will take?
Okay.
Sciencing.
Minus 2.
Oh, okay, so it's 9.
3 days until the ships start burning up. Until they start taking damage. Now it may start being minor, but at first. But then they'll start being, and then it'll be slow at first. Of course, by that point they'll already be within the noxious atmosphere.
Yeah.
So, right now, the orbit's slow. Getting orbit slow. It's going to start accelerating around day 2.
Yeah.
So.
So it's kind of I'm thinking out loud. It's kind of unlikely that this is some sort of a trap to catch us. And like the guy said, we don't really have anything for them to catch other than the ship itself, and they didn't take this ship or the other ship already. So let's just head in slowly. Can we tell which ship is actually putting out the distress beacon? Thoughts?
Sorry, thought I had my mic
Arthur?
on.
No, you're good, Shane. Y'all keep calling me the captain, but y'all gotta have ideas too sometimes, or opinions.
I was just writing notes.
I mean, maybe we get closer and we use the drone to investigate. I assume the debris gets denser as we get closer, so it may be difficult to navigate a big ship through it. I don't know.
You did ask me the question of which one the beacon is coming from. It's coming from the larger vessel, the cruiser.
And so that is not the one we're looking for. Could still be a trap.
Can we? Is how hard would it be to like rotate our ship around and get a look from another angle just to see if there's another ship functioning ship hiding behind the bigger ship that's broken?
It wouldn't
is
be
this
too difficult. I mean, do you want to try to avoid any kind of impact with any kind of debris?
Well, yeah. I mean,
okay. It'll take a pilot roll.
Debris.
I mean, if you want to try to avoid any impact with any kind of debris, but it won't be a difficult one. I mean, the debris is not really tight here. It'll be a +2.
+2 piloting. Go goodness. Well, I'm glad there was a +2.
Yeah. So you notice some debris at the very last moment and like shift and move, and it just barely scrapes the edge of the ship. You make it a way around, and you kind of come at the I guess the galactic north of the gas giant, and come around, look around, and you. Maybe someone else is looking at the cameras, so they can get a better eye of things while he's piloting. And Matt is getting a better eye at things. You see. Actually, I'm gonna have to make you make a notice roll on this one. So.
This roll. Ooh.
Wah.
I'll go ahead and Benny that.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the session, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you see an object. There is no more vehicles, no more ships, just these two. You see an object. It's kind of floating. It looks like it's kind of between them, but it's not. It's kind of like it's kind of like at their nose. It's almost about 300 meters ahead of them. And it looks like a black, shiny. It looks like a. How do I describe this? It looks like a bunch of black, shiny diamonds, all but about 10 inches in diameter, made out of some kind of metallic substance, but they're all squeezed in tight to each other, all into like a square. And it appears to be made out of some kind of metal of some kind, like tungsten or something or other. And it's very difficult to see because it matches the black of space. And it just seems to be hovering. And this matches the alien art. It looks very similar to how the alien artifact looks in the mission readouts. The alien artifact in the mission readouts has a similar tungsten coloration, design, and all that stuff, but it's instead in the shape of a cube. At this moment, Shaun, you get wrecked with a major headache. Make a vigor roll.
Your
Where's
favorite.
Spencer right now in the ship?
The bucket.
Where's the bucket? Oh,
Fuck, I'm betting that. I don't care. I'm betting that. I can't spend any more of this game on the shitter.
No, it's not that kind of vigor roll. Okay. So you're hit with fatigue.
God damn it.
All right. So you're slammed with fatigue. As you guys see, you see Spencer. Where is Spencer on the ship when this happens?
I was kind of sitting in the same room with those guys. I just wasn't doing anything.
Telemetry
Just
center?
letting them do their.
Okay. All right. So you're just kind of like maybe off in the corner, just doing whatever. All right. And so what you do is you're just kind of like your mind is hit with some kind of energy, and your head gets slung against the back of like a computer screen, and it shatters, and you fall to the ground. You take a point of fatigue, and your vision goes black, and when your vision comes to, you're in the same room and no one else is here except for you, and there's a little boy about 11 years old that's sitting where Arthur was on the ground, like he was just kind of just sitting on the ground, like you would be playing with toys or something. But he's not. He's just kind of like sitting there. So he's like 5 feet from you, or maybe 10 feet from you, and he's just looking at you. And he doesn't say anything at first. What do you do?
Just looking at me.
Yeah, he's just looking at you.
I'm just like reaching for my pistol. I'm like, what? What are you doing here?
He says, please don't. No, that's what the others are doing. That's what the others did. They wanted to hurt each other.
Where did you come from?
I was on that ship. I think I'm dead. Or I think my body's dead. I don't know.
Okay. So
feel like I'm asleep.
Each other.
What?
Those two ships. Why did they fight?
I was a prisoner on one. I work with those pirates. They use me to do bad things. It's because of what I can do.
Shit. Like, yeah, me too.
You're like me?
I think that's why we're talking to each other.
I feel like I'm asleep and I can't wake up. I think I'm dead.
I don't know how that's possible. Could you maybe you're in some kind of suspended animation, or maybe you are asleep, or you're in a, I don't know. Which ship were you on?
Every I was in the big one. When everything started blowing up. I I started getting scared. And then I did what I usually do when I got scared, and I hid. See, I hide inside things.
What was the last thing you remember? Where did you hide?
The ship, and then the ship started blowing up, and then I was scrambling to try to find another place to hide because I couldn't hide in the ship anymore. So I just started screaming for help, and that's the last thing I remembered. At this moment, the you feel like maybe like the connection severs or something, and like everything kind of goes staticky, and suddenly you're back to where everyone else is, and the room is as it was before, and the kid is gone, and everyone else is back here, and you're on the ground.
Okay.
Spencer, are you all right? What happened? Should probably patch up your head.
I think I just had a conversation with with a kid that was on board that pirate ship.
Did you say was or is?
I don't know. He doesn't seem to know. Seems to think that he might be dead.
I think this is a great time to end the session. So, all right. So we will discuss it further in the next session because I think the players are confused, and that's a good time to end it with the confusion. Yes. So we'll pick it up next session, I guess, and then Aston will we'll have to try to. I guess we'll try to use flashbacks, I guess, to catch him back up on where he's at. So, all right. So we'll wrap it up here. So, all right. So we're gonna call it a day, and we'll be back next. I think I'll have overtime next week probably, but we'll still play. So, all right. So, but we'll make it work. So, all right. So we'll be back next week. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.